What's up guys, in this video I'm going to give you my SiteGround hosting review, and we're going to talk about some stats and some numbers to show you whether or not SiteGround is the best hosting provider to choose. Now to start off, I'm going to tell you that I personally use SiteGround to host some of my websites. I also use other hosting providers for other websites that I run and manage. So I do have personal experience using SiteGround. The first thing I want to say about SiteGround is it is recommended by WordPress themselves. You can find on WordPress.org 3 recommended hosting providers on their website: Bluehost, DreamHost, and SiteGround. For that reason, for that very strong reason, I did choose to start a website on SiteGround, which is a WordPress website. Now, I'm going to probably assume that if you are watching this video, you're probably interested in just starting a WordPress website. I've got full instructions to show you my recommended method for starting a WordPress website with SiteGround on my site, learnhowblogging.com. There's a link right below this video if you want to check that out later. But let's talk about some other aspects of SiteGround hosting. Now, there's a lot of articles out there on the internet comparing different hosting providers, comparing stats, crunching numbers. I'm going to talk about one right here from hostingfacts.com. They reviewed a bunch of different hosting providers, not all of them, but a lot of very common ones. And right here, they have 31 hosting services that they've reviewed. So you can see right here, after reviewing 31 hosting providers, right here, their #1 hosting provider is Bluehost, which is also a recommended hosting provider by WordPress themselves. It's also a hosting provider I use as well. I have multiple websites running on Bluehost. So they're a nice hosting provider option. Now SiteGround, you can see on their rankings, is right down here at 3rd. They've got great scores on support, 99.99% uptime, which means how much time are the servers active? A downtime would mean that the server went down for whatever reason and your website got off the internet. Now, a lot of downtime can really hurt your traffic numbers, so you want to avoid downtime at all costs. So 99.99 is basically almost 100% uptime, meaning their servers are very reliable. Load time is also important because load time is how fast your website loads. This is a ranking factor for SEO. So if you have a very slow loading website, you might get pushed down in the Google rankings. So their load time didn't quite compare with some of the others on here, but they still felt it worthy of a 4-star review. There's a lot of other websites though that will give differing opinions. Over here on PC Mag, you can see that the editor's rating is 4-star excellent. And if you were to compare that, let's see, to Bluehost, Bluehost is only a 3.5-star on this website. So it's really hard to get a valid, accurate comparison rating because every website has different preferences. Every website has had different experiences, and that's how it is in the real world as well. If you go on Facebook, jump in a group and ask like, hey, what hosting provider should I use? You're gonna have the Bluehost lovers, you're gonna have the Bluehost haters. You're gonna have the SiteGround lovers, you're gonna have the InMotion lovers, you're gonna have the Big Scoots, the Namecheaps. There's gonna be people shouting and recommending their hosting provider because, I don't know, either they're affiliate or they use it and they like it and they wanna feel good about the hosting provider they chose. So there's all sorts of opinions out there on what is the best hosting provider. But as far as our purposes reviewing SiteGround, most of the comparisons, most of the reviews are very, very positive. My personal review as well is very positive. I have a website running on SiteGround. I like the dashboard. I like the controls I get. I like where their servers are located, how they run their servers. I like the features that I have. The one downside I would say to SiteGround, which isn't that big of a deal if you're just starting out with a website, is that their storage space might be a little limited compared to some others, meaning that you only get like, I think 10 gigabytes of storage space starting out, which means once your traffic starts to pick up, you're gonna have to upgrade to a higher plan. But that's how it is with all the other hosting providers as well. Like usually once you get more traffic, you're gonna have to upgrade anyway. So I don't really view that as a big issue. And that's really the only downside I've found with them. Everything else has been super positive. They have great pricing. They have streamlined hosting specifically for WordPress. Like I said, they're recommended by WordPress. They've got great reviews across the board online. So I do highly recommend SiteGround. For that reason, I have a full tutorial on how to start a WordPress blog or website with SiteGround, because it is proven to be recommended by other bloggers, by popular websites, by comparisons and people that have done testing on the different hosting providers. So it is a very safe bet across the board. If you want to check out some pricing of SiteGround, I've got a link right below this video that'll take you to their website. Now you can browse some of their different hosting services. I've also got other videos on my channel to show you some different features of SiteGround, some different plan options, which plan might be best for you. So make sure you go check those out as well. If you did like this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up right below this video. It helps my videos out a ton, helps other people get to watch them as well. And leave me a comment, even if it's just to say, hey, what's up? I read all the comments and reply to them, so I'd love to get to know you, what business, what website you're getting started with, and we can bounce some ideas, or maybe I can give some feedback. However I can help, I would love to help you out. Once again, I'm Andy, you're watching Learn How. We'll see you in the next video.